The Cosmos integration has just gone live on THORchain, so this video is going to walk you through how you can use Atom on THORSwap to do cross-chain swaps with native assets. If you're new to using THORchain and THORSwap, these are true decentralized, non-custodial, cross-chain native asset swaps. So real native Bitcoin, real native Ethereum, real native Litecoin, Doge, Bitcoin Cash, ERC20s, BEP2, and now Cosmos Atom native asset. These swaps occur through continuous liquidity pools, and in the next video in this series, we'll cover how you can be a liquidity provider so you can also earn yield on your Atom. But first, let's cover how you can do cross-chain swaps. So you can swap Atom to Bitcoin, Bitcoin to Atom, ETH to Atom, and so on in any combination with any of the assets that are integrated into THORSwap. And if you're used to using Osmosis and IBC assets in the Cosmos world, this is different because you're not depositing your assets into this THORSwap world and then doing transactions in there. Rather, you're actually doing transactions on the layer 1 blockchains you're using themselves. And then THORchain is witnessing what is happening on those chains and sending the native asset that you want back to you. So that means when talking about wallets, you can use Kepler for the Atom Cosmos side of what you're trying to do, but you'll also need other wallets for the other chain that you're trying to interact with. So for example, if you wanted to swap Atom from your Kepler wallet to native Bitcoin, you're going to need a native Bitcoin wallet on the other end for that. So you could connect your Ledger hardware wallet directly. You could connect XDeFi, which is a multi-chain browser extension wallet. Or let's say, for example, you're swapping with Ethereum or ERC20s, you could connect MetaMask, or you could connect Wallet Connect and Trust Wallet. There's also Keystore wallets, which will give you a wallet for all the chains that are supported by THORSwap. But the key point here is that you're connecting multiple wallets at the same time to do real transactions on the chains that you're working with. So you have lots of options depending on what wallets you're comfortable with and what assets you're trying to use. For this example, I'm going to connect Kepler wallet for my Atom side, and then I'm going to connect XDeFi to have all the other chains connected. So let's connect some wallets. First, I'll connect XDeFi, and I'll just go ahead and connect all of these supported chains. And then I'll see here that all of those chain addresses are connected. THORchain Rune, Bitcoin, Doge, all connected at the same time, and I can even connect additional wallets. So now let's connect Kepler as well for the Atom side. Cosmos, connect, and now we can confirm all our wallets are connected, including Cosmos here. So now let's go ahead and do some cross-chain swaps to other native assets. So for this first swap, let's say we want to swap from our native Atom in our Kepler wallet to some native real Bitcoin. Let's go ahead and swap all of this for now. And you might notice that the fees and prices are a little weird right now. That's because I'm doing this on StageNet, which is a testing ground before this actually goes live. So don't worry about that too much. This will work exactly the same when it's the real deal. But for this example, you might notice that fees and slippage and prices are a bit off from reality. The fees will always depend on the actual chains that you're using. So for example, if you were swapping Atom and BNB, that'd be very cheap because BNB and Atom are both cheap chains, whereas BTC is a bit more expensive, or ETH can be very expensive at times, ERC20s, and also the time that the swap takes also depends on the chains you're using because, once again, these are real on-chain transactions. So for example, swapping to BTC can take quite a bit because Bitcoin is such a slow chain. As far as gas and fees go, you only need the from asset. So in this case, I do not need to have any Bitcoin already in my wallet. I do not need to have any THORchain Rune. I do not need to have any THORSwap Thor token. All I need to have is the from asset. And basically, I'm paying inbound gas to send this Atom into THORchain. And then for the Bitcoin to come out, that fee is going to be taken on the back end invisibly. So all you need starting out is your from asset. So if you're swapping the other way around, same thing, Bitcoin to Atom, all you need is Bitcoin. You don't need any receiving gas or anything else for fees. Everything happens behind the scenes. So let's swap this Atom to native Bitcoin. Actually going to leave myself a little bit for gas here, but let's complete this swap. And we can see all the information here, slippage, fees, confirm everything looks right with the recipient, and confirm, and then this will be pushed to your connected wallet, in this case, my Kepler wallet. So sign to approve this transaction. And then you'll see the swap pending here. And you can see that the send of 1.5 Atom has taken place. And there's a link to the block explorer, so you can check that out. And then we're just waiting to receive Bitcoin headed out from the THORchain vaults. We can also click here to view this transaction pending on THORyield to see if it's counting down. And there, it didn't take long, but we can see it already confirmed. Sometimes it can take a while. If you're doing larger swaps, it can be in the THORchain outbound queue, which is a security feature, and you would see that by checking on THORyield. So if you're doing very large swaps, it could take some time, and if this is just pending, that is very likely what's happening. So let's do a few more swaps. Let's reverse these around, and I have some BNB, so let's swap some of that BNB natively on the Binance Beacon chain to native Atom in my Kepler wallet. So let's just do a small swap. Again, this very large slippage is just due to the really low liquidity on this testing environment. But you'll see for these ones, the fee is much lower because I'm dealing in very low gas chains. So let's go ahead and swap this. And now we'll be signing from the send asset of BNB, which is our connected XDeFi wallet. This could also be Trust Wallet, Key Store, and so on. So you always have options. And also with Kepler, you can even be using your ledger for the Atom side. Again, we'll see that swap pending and just wait for this to show that our Atom is received. And that went through. We can check out our wallet here, make sure it's refreshed, and that Bitcoin we swapped for is there, and that Atom we just swapped for is here as well. Let's just do a couple more quick ones. Let's reverse these and swap some Atom for some native Doge. Let's just do half an Atom, and then I'll do another swap as well. But these are all native assets, all the chains that are integrated. Nothing is ever wrapped. Nothing is ever in a centralized custodian. Everything is just your own self-custodied wallets interacting with THORchain, and then those real assets coming right back to your other wallet. So that swap's already done. Doge is here in our wallet. Let's do another swap just for fun. Let's swap some Atom to some native Litecoin. Go ahead, swap, confirm, and sign. And boom, native LTC is received. There it is, and there's never any sort of withdrawing or anything else you have to do. That is just real native Litecoin already in your native Litecoin address. That's the same as it is for all chains. One little tip, the only time the gas I described is a bit different is if you're dealing with ERC20s or BEP2 assets. I don't have any here on StageNet right now, but if I was swapping from, let's say, USDC on Ethereum to Atom, then I would need ETH in that case, of course, because I'm sending that USDC on the Ethereum blockchain, so the fee would be paid in ETH. However, same applies as normal the other way. If I was swapping Atom to USDT or USDC on ETH, then I would still just need the Atom for gas. So exactly the same process for swapping any of the supported assets on THORSwap, whether you're dealing with Atom or not. Now you know how you can swap to and from native Atom and native BTC, along with all the other assets to and from in any direction. This is a way to trade real assets using a real DEX that is never wrapping, never custodial, and never trust-based. So that's all there is to it. Native cross-chain swaps to and from Atom using THORSwap.